So let's take a look at the female heavyweight division at the Olympics coming up in 2021. So here's the bracket sheet. Just like always, we have the blues highlighted to show the seeds and then where they're seated in the bracket. So I think just right off the rip, right, I have a favorite for a final right here, okay? Super easy to pick out. It's gonna be the #1 seed from Cuba. Super dominant over the years. She's going all the way to the finals, hands down, no questions asked. Right? There are just some things about this division that just stand out to me that I think I can make some very quick predictions. There we go. And then if we're just gonna kind of run through here, I'm gonna go Puerto Rico or Portugal over Puerto Rico. Here I'm gonna take the seed in Tunisia, and then I'm tempted to take China. I don't know why. China over Germany. I can't do that. I can't do that. I'm sorry. I can't do that. I'm gonna change my mind. There. Let's keep going though. We're taking Slovenia. Right here, let's take a look. Croatia, I don't know this division as well, so bear in mind I'm just making some random predictions for some of these just based on where they're from. BLR, perfect. I'm gonna go Korea, ISR, Turkey, and then for argument's sake, the Ukraine. All right, so we got the first couple out of the way, but we have our finalist. And after looking at this and just kind of running through it, there's another person I'm just gonna put into the final. And I'm gonna make this matchup happen right now just because I think it's gonna happen. So I think the Azerbaijani, just looking at what I'm looking at here. And then I'm gonna go Japan all the way to the final. And I'm just gonna make that prediction that we're gonna see that. So AZE, AZE, and there we go. Okay. Now we have a couple of other matchups just down here that we got to get out of the way. So let's blow this up. Turkey versus the Ukraine. Not really sure, but I'm going to go with the seeded player just because I don't know them. And then here, Korea versus Belarus. I'm going to go Korea. I think there's going to be an upset there. Let's mark those in here too. So right now we have Korea, Turkey. Let's keep it going up here. What do we got right here? Let's blow that up a little bit bigger. Let's go back to our pencil. Okay. I mean, you got to go France, right? Just is what it is. They have such a strong women's program. And then I'm gonna go BRA, and then up here I'm gonna go Tunisia again, and then I'm just gonna throw it in here before I mark it up that France is gonna beat Brazil, just because. Just speeding this up again. I just think France has a really strong program, so I'm gonna give it to them. We had Brazil ending here, and we had Tunisia coming all the way through. So I filled this one out kind of quickly. I don't know the division as well as some of the others, but so far the semifinal was Cuba versus France. I had Cuba winning. Up here we had the #2 versus the #3, with the #3 winning into the final. Pretty much just settling in on a lot of the seeds and some of the other matchups that could potentially happen. For the final, I'm gonna pick Japan. I have a feeling Cuba is a better competitor, maybe not like tactician and like judo player per se, but she has so much experience. But if you've ever been in Japan and seen like a hometown crowd and, you know, been there, I understand that there's not going to be spectators at the Olympics, but at the end of the day, there's an energy in the room. And I think the Japanese player is just going to be uplifted from that energy. And I think she's going to be able to pull it off. So let's just kind of whoop, whoop, pull that over here. Let's kind of bring this up. Let's go back to our pencil and let's fill this in. So I'm going to go JPN, Cuba, and now let's come back down so we can see what we're doing. Here we had Azerbaijan, and then who did we have losing up here? France. Yeah, FRA, there we go. Okay, so let's come over here to 28. We had Turkey losing, then we had Korea losing, Brazil, and then who was above that? Tunisia. I'm gonna go Brazil. Korea or Tunisia, which one is the choice? That's a tough one. While I think about that, let me kind of move Brazil up and over. Definitely now that I've done that, like I'm doing this for sure. So let's go back to the pencil. I just don't think the Brazilian player can stand up to the Azerbaijani. Okay. Korea over Turkey. I'm just gonna go Korea. I have no rhyme or reason for that. And then let's go see, where did I pull the Korean player from? Oh, we pulled her random win. Look at that. Versus the seeded player from France. I'm gonna say nice try, Korea. And we're going France. Boom. Perfect. So now let's do this. AZE versus FRA. There we go. So we have Japan as number 1, Cuba as number 2, Azerbaijan as number 3, and France as number 3 for the women's heavyweight division.